This is all from a chapbook that I'm working on right now, and it's sort of reassembled bits of different narratives I have that sort of fracture into one another. So I've sort of put them back together for you, just a couple of them. This one is entitled, What Isidora's Executor Says. A name like the attempt of a piston, Duncan, svelte the afternoon she kicked it. She lives and breathes, barefoot here again if I say so. Sallies out toward the cliff of the afternoon for a drive, a man to drive her. Imagine her friends. They must have been those savvy, inscrutable city kids who get born old and always seem so able. Born carrying coins, simply riding the streetcar alone, but for a long gaze and certain proprieties. What bright clacking mandibles it must require to think a lady should have taken the bland transit line advertising its next stop to glory. Now her bare feet go to sleep. We who are awake remain unsure of the contour of a flesh with such desire that surrounds itself with 10 soldiers to shore up every liquid valley of the past. Who's to say it didn't rain on every churchyard that day, or spit gravel in gales to deflate quickly any tires with murderous intent? Who's to say the dusty trail Isadora and the Italian took wasn't straight back into a garden? The executor continues. Those who go to love in states of winded grace maybe don't make it to the green enclosure, it would seem. The basket, the reflecting pool in which they look to multiply. So the narrow, retrospective eye is populated by only just the narrators of this wonder, the exacting kind who carry specifics and handkerchiefs, not scarves. All our dour, street brat scientists who won't repeat her destination as it was to love. Now consider what it is to find yourself described by the kind who have thought these words weren't quite enough. Now Isadora, she was one to know something of Salome. Oh, my brothers, this is certainly the same disease that my beloved mother died of. Always was, I remembered meeting him under the beige shadow of a death tower. The moment we stood twinned within the miracle of summer pavement, wore a coat. It smelled of something animal. My black hair against the heat. The infiltration of entirety intoxicated even me. In the times I shut my eyes against the still cotton ceiling, a whole beast expanded into every tendril of space that hung unshut. And I pictured to encompass the unpictured waist, the penetration, like the inhalation of the spear, that edge that all that pleasure caught on, just at the first. Jewel Street. What cries out, the wheeling hawk of gravity, into me, after the black hole's drag, the dark of space now unwinds, and the walls remove into distance. Torpor has a name for this, these 3 children. It's material of the land, or livers, that I must use to smear across the raised earth. The round wall and shadow will wear fruit-bearing marks. The salpinx is placed in red clay to radiate the unspeakable, Fitzgigging impossibility of this, of so many faces folding up as if in spring to one another, then becoming blown open in a supreme wind at the speed of one single pinprick until the universe drops back from them. The thread of a needle against the seam of a room, a name, still requires more than anything. And this is the last one I'll read. It's called Ambry, and it finishes the chapbook. The bat's innards constrict like a memory of the fig wasp that he swallowed. The memory, the beauty of such heat, overcomes the fig wasp. He is buried in a winged flesh. Supine, his lugger is retracted, and feet to the east, he is buried in a mystery of spine and fruit. The pumping of soft matter on him is a vicious splendor. It churns like the throat of history. The last wasp hears, you have become invisible, like the doomer flower, a river of oil, light, and heat. Thank you.